Dnes máme požehnanie predstaviť vám jednu z týchto osvietených prednášok pod názvom
Buddhistické príbehy. Úžasná mníška. 3. časť z 5.
v relácii medzi majsterkou a žiakmi.
Podané v angličtine 4. septembra 2015 vo Francúzsku.
The following contains content not suitable for children under 18. Parental discretion is advised.
Many of the poisonous snakes and other insects, they smell the blood. So they came there. They came to visit both of them. But they didn't bite her. They bit the husband dead. Yeah. When he's sleeping, they bit him and then he's dead. I keep calling him. He did not answer. So in the morning, I hold his hand to try to pull him to stand up. And then I feel that his hand is so cold, ice cold. And then the whole body was so rigid, it's like a piece of wood. Then after that, I checked out and I knew that he has been bitten by poisonous snake and already passed away. And of course I lamented heaven and earth. And then I collapsed, fainted for a long time. My child keep crying for me. And then slowly I regain my consciousness. And then I have to carry my boy to go further. Yeah. As I enter one of the very desolated street, there was a big river, but the water is not too deep. There's no boat. So, okay, now I understand. First she gave birth to one son, and then she's pregnant again. According to that now, yeah. So she has two children, yeah. So okay, so because there is no boat, so she carry one child first to the other side, so that she will come back later to get the other one. But unfortunately, this little boy fell down in the river and drowned. And then I could not find my child, yeah? And when I returned to the other child, unfortunately the tiger already took him. What terrible misfortune, huh? Husband died and then one child died and then another child drowned like that. This is a terrible life. But it could happen. It could happen to anybody. Today I watched the terrible news about refugees, particularly from Syria. There's one family, the husband went out to another country to become refugee, wanting to make a better life for his family at home. But then I don't know, his family somehow died at sea. Their body are washed to the shore. One baby, one little boy, 3 years old, his brother and the mother. And the husband has to go back to the city where they wanted to flee in order to bury 3 of them. And many refugees are, streaming into Europe right now. Many European countries are trying to cope with it. And they even walk. The police tried to stop them and put them in I don't know why they stopped them. They were staying together in the train station. No food, no water, nothing. Just rely on some people, private, come and give them something. Then the police don't let them board the train to go to Austria or Germany. They want to go to Germany. They think German people will welcome them better. But the train will stop going. They don't let the train go. I don't know, for some reason. So they climb the barrier, that the police set up. They climb up with children and babies. They climb up and they go in on the highway. They're walking to Austria border. From Hungary to Austria border is about 150 kilometers, more or less, or more. They're walking with nothing, just some clothes on their backs, and children or people, whoever they can, they walk. It's terrible. I have asked to send some donation to some of the refugee center wherever they accept our donation. So I tell them to send to some refugee camp if they can. Because we cannot always go into the camp ourselves, but we can send through other organization who's already there. Sometimes some government don't allow everybody to come in the camp. Just some already stay there, and we go through them. So now, when I went to the other side, the tigers already took my other son away. I only saw some drop of blood on the ground. I was beyond suffering, beyond pain, beyond sorrow. So I fainted for a long time, collapsed on the ground. Long time, and then I woke up. I became absolutely alone, lonely and confused, and lost all kind of orientation and thinking. I'm just walking, like a body without soul. Walking. I didn't even know where I was walking, where I was going. And then, after a few miles, I met one of my father's friends. Very good friend of my father. And he asked me, "Where have you been? How come you look so tattered and dirty and, unkempt like this?" So I told him everything, the story of my misfortune. I said that yesterday I and my husband want to visit my parents. And then my husband was bitten dead by the snakes. And then this morning I lost both of the children. One is drowned in the river. The other one is been eaten by tiger. I have no way to tell you my pain. "Oh, really, my God," he said. The best friend of my father's. "Oh, really? How pitiful. Yesterday your house was in a fire accident. All of your family, your parents, your siblings, they're all being burned to death. There is nothing that can be more painful for you. Nothing really can be more painful for you." He was showing all his sympathy. After I heard that, as if thunder, as if the listen thunders right next to my ears, I fainted again, collapsed on the ground for a long time. And then I keep lamenting and crying and lamenting and crying. The man, feeling so sorry for me, he took me home and took care of me like his own daughter. After a while, my suffering pain gradually decreased. In that vicinity, there was a man, also from Brahmin family. He saw I'm beautiful and asked somebody come to ask for my hand for him. Người mối mai là gì đó? Tiếng Anh nói là gì? Hả? The matchmaker. He asked the matchmaker, thank you, to come and ask for my hand. Okay, then I was also lonely and thinking this man also very good, from good family, and he looked good, so okay, I agree to marry. I closed my eyes and let fate decide it this time. And I just trying to see how my fate will fare this time. Okay. And then I was pregnant. Yeah. At that time, it's labor time, the time of birth. In the middle of the night, I gave birth. Yeah. And then at that time, my husband went out after drinking and eating, or maybe playing cards somewhere, playing games somewhere, come back. And he knocking at the door. Because at that time I was in labor. I was giving birth at that time and painful. At that time the birth, just occurred. I could not get out to open the door on time. He was very angry, broke the door, came in, and beat me up non-stop. I was praying and begging to him and say, husband, dear husband, I was having pain because of labor. I want to give birth. It's not like I'm lazy or not respecting you. Please, please. She was thinking, what kind of unlucky life I have, that I have to meet this kind of violent and immoral and wicked person. Yeah. So the next morning, I left home. I went to the country called Balanai. I was sitting outside the city wall, and there was one man there, one of the son of a noble family. His wife just died. Yeah. Every day he went out to visit the wife's tomb. He saw me crying, so he came and asked me, where did you come from? Why are you sitting here alone and so sad? And then I told him everything about my life. And then he invited me into a restaurant. And then after we talked happily, compatibly together, he asked me, if now somebody want to marry you, will you agree? Yeah, already. So I said to him, dear sir, I'm too tired, too fed up. It's not really the married life. It's not much happiness in it. Even a little happiness is a short-lived. And afterwards, it's only suffering and non-stop. Yeah. It's very difficult to find a good-hearted man. Yeah, and then if I meet a wicked person again, it's even more suffering. So he asked me, so you want to live alone all your life now? Like that? Yeah. I said, no, I not really desire to live alone. It's just if I find somebody who is gentle, who is a gentleman and good heart, and then maybe and also have moral standard and also educated, then I probably will agree to marry him. Yeah. So he said, all right, miss. Okay, I'm not beating the bush any longer. I am the son of the noble family in this city. Yeah. The wife just died recently. I see you a good woman, very good-hearted woman. I would like to stay with you for 100 years, meaning marry you. Would you like? Yeah. So I saw that he looked like a gentle person, like a very good person. So I agree to marry him. Unfortunately, after 3 years, he caught some disease and died. Oh my God, what a life. At that time, in this country, if a man lost his wife, like to death, then he can remarry. But if a wife lost her husband, if a husband died, then the wife must also die with the husband. So buried together in the same tomb. Understand? The wife have to die and be buried together in the same tomb. Oh my God. Buried alive. So therefore, I was also buried together with my husband alive in the same coffin, same tomb. But at that time, I wasn't dead yet. And then that night, there were a band of robbers came and dig in the coffin, the tomb and the coffin, to take the jewelries and all the things that bury with the dead people. And then the leader of the robber band saw me beautiful, and forced me to be his wife. Oh God! All right. This robber leader, not long after, the government caught him and chopped his head. And of course, the subordinate, of the band, caught her and also buried together with the leader husband. Again, yeah. 3 days after, many tigers came to because of the chopped head, There's a smell of the blood still there. So some of the tigers, I explained it. They didn't explain it here, but I just tell you why. They came and dig out the tomb and tried to eat the flesh. Yeah. And they wanted to eat them, or eat her also. But then suddenly already is a daytime. And many people come walking by to go to the market. So they scare a lot of people, so they scare, they run away. Therefore, I tried to dig the earth and get out. I did get out. But I sat there next to the tomb and cried again. My God, what a life, huh? Okay. She was crying to herself, thinking, I don't know what kind of terrible deeds I have done in the former life. That's in this lifetime I had to encounter so many disaster, pain, sorrow, and suffering, thirst. Yeah. How many times I almost die and live again and come back and to life and die again and come back to life again. How terrible. And I observed that properly, hundreds, thousands, or millions other same female sex like me, also married, and I think this is all like a yoke, on the female's life, like imprisonment. Yeah, it's only slavery. Yeah, and making your life more and more ignorant and suffering. Because we don't know a better life. We don't recognize a more noble way of life, a better path to go. We do not know how to step up onto the true path to liberation and the true path to know the reality, another higher than this physical life.